Chapter 18, Music for Love. The night of Jack's LA show, you find yourself in the groove as you address the various departments to get dress rehearsal underway. This is our biggest show yet, people. Let's pull off the impossible. Where are we at with no audio? Sounds are programmed and ready to go. The engineer hands you your earpiece, and as you try it on for size, you catch the tail end of Jack's opening number with no rest for the teachers. You say that you don't need me. You say that you don't want me. Then why do you keep on calling? Or so why don't you just stop denying it? You know that we are meant to be. Sound amazing. This is going to be one of our best shows ever. As long as Gene doesn't sabotage it. I know he's up to something. Just then, Jack struts to the center stage and hits his final move. The cue for the fireworks to go off, but nothing happens. This must be what Gene's planning. Quickly, you touch your earpiece into the radio and over to the fireworks team. Hey, Pyro. That was the cue, but just as you finish speaking, the fireworks go off. Estrella, you were the one who asked for 1 second delay, remember? Right. Sorry. No offense, boss, but I've never seen you so high-strung. I want to make sure nobody stops us from putting on the best show possible. You storm off to visit the wardrobe department and sift through some racks of clothing to make sure the costume order matches the set list on your clipboard. This isn't right. Does anyone have eyes on Jack's finale clothes? You mean these? You whirl around to find the wardrobe stylist hanging a garment bag on the rack beside you. Fresh steamed, as promised. Oh, yeah, thanks. As she strides off, you go over your to-do list again. There has to be some fire that needs to be put out. Only for a pair of familiar hands to twirl you around by the waist. When are you going to give the checklist of yours a rest? You haven't missed anything. The show is going to be incredible. In no small part because you're incredible. Even when you're stressed. Jack. I'm carrying the stress so you don't have to. Let me worry about my job, so you can freely do yours. Your earpiece gets too close to Jack's and squawks with feedback, and without hesitation you rip it out, crushing the delicate machinery in your fist. Jack looks at you pointedly. There are limits, you know? He passes the broken column to a tech and takes your hand. You're coming with me. Jack escorts you to the rooftop of the arena, and though the cool night air soothes your overheated skin, you can't help but think of everything that'll still need to be done. The view is spectacular from up here, Jack, but rooftop excursions aren't on my schedule. Then it won't take you long to tell me what's really going on. Or would you rather break another piece of expensive equipment first? You reluctantly center your gaze, eyes meeting his. Okay, so maybe I'm just being extra cautious, but I'm not the kind of person who phones it in. You should know that by now. Considering you've seen my enthusiasm firsthand, and you've never seemed to complain. He smirks, images of the two of you rolling around naked in the sheets, clearly flooding his thoughts. You're quite the overachiever. I'm taking you back to rehearsal. Grab his hand and head to the stairwell, but he stands firm and pulls you back. This stubborn streak of yours is going to get you, or give you an ulcer. You're calling me stubborn, fine. You really want to know what's bothering me? Tonight is the biggest moment of my life, and if it all goes up to hell because I let one detail slip through the cracks, I'll never forgive myself. Then now seems like a perfect time to tell you, you are forgetting something very important. You're not alone in this. He takes your hand, looking deep in your eyes. We're a team, remember? Where you're weak, it's my job to be your strength, so if you happen to forget some measly detail, I've got you covered. He turns your hands, palm side up, and slides his fingers in the space between yours, filling in the gaps. But you shouldn't have to. I'm your manager. It's my job to... You know what I need? I think you need a break. You've been at this nonstop, and it's not healthy. Believe me, I'd love a break, but how can I trust the person who seems to have forgotten he was a live show in just a few short hours? I know the set list like the back of my hand. My stand-in can fill in until we're back. Until we're back? Where do you plan to take me? Say yes and you'll find out. Ice cream shop, let's go. You won't regret taking a breather. You and Jack waste no time slipping out of the back entrance, and moments later, you're being ushered into a retro ice cream parlor. Pull out? What is this place? Welcome to one of the best ice cream exhibits in the country. We'll be able to cuddle up, learn a little something, and chow down on old school flavors. I saw this on Clog app, but I heard tickets are supposed to be crazy hard to get and that they close early. Why are they still open this late at night? He shoots you a sheepish look. I might have used the celebrity card, but now we'll get all the samples for just the two of us. Jack invitingly wraps an arm around your waist, and your mind wanders to more than just ice cream. And what if there was something else I want to sample? As your eyes meet his, he grins. Well, we are the only ones here, so I think that means we can get up to whatever we want. Something I'm feeling, a deep craving, adventurous. Adventurous. You sink further into his arm with a wink. Maybe it's time to try something new and different, something I've never experienced before. Allow me to show you the way. You meet his gaze with a cheeky grin. Do you think they have one of those wild flavors like lavender avocado or peppermint mango? Oh god, what? You're talking about ice cream? You let out a loud laugh, amused. Obviously, what did you think I was talking about? After touring the history section, you hit the tasting kitchen. Jack leads you down a long line of ice cream tubs on display. As you stop to check out the different flavors being churned, a chill runs up your spine. Oh, it's freezing in here. Little known fact about ice cream, it's made in extremely cold temperatures. Playfully slap him on the arm. Thanks, smartass. I was gonna suggest we could use our body heat to keep each other warm, but since you'd rather make jokes... He brings you in for an embrace, wrapping his arms around you. Forget what I said. Let's go back to the body heat idea. Why don't you warm me up with your lips? There's nothing like skin-to-skin contact to send your temperature rising. Be careful what you wish for. I'd hate for you to catch a fever. He leans in, presses his lips against yours, and a flow of warmth travels from your throat down to your toes. Wow. I feel warmer already. You lock eyes, your heart pounding. How's your body temperature now? It's, boiling. You take a deep breath and refocus. I could cool off with some ice cream. He escorts you over to one of the sealed batches of ice cream and holds up a blindfold. What's that for? Haven't you ever heard that losing one sense enhances the others? Without your sight, every flavor that hits your tongue will pop. I'm game to... yeah, why not? He slips the blindfold over your eyes. Thank God I can be done with the giant neonness of this restaurant. I was hoping you'd say that. You open your mouth in anticipation, waiting for the spoonful of ice cream. Oh, we don't get to be blacked out, damn. The cool ice cream grazes the edge of your lips, and you stick your tongue out to lick the sample. What are you tasting? You open your mouth wider, wrapping your lips around the ball of ice cream. I'm getting hints of banana and caramel. You remove your blindfold to reveal a tub of banana and caramel swirl ice cream. Give the woman a prize. A sensual prize crosses your mind before you remember the other prize you want, a successful show night. You almost got me to forget. You have a show tonight. That's high praise, knowing that the checklist is yours, is top of your mind at all times. It has to be. Opportunities like this aren't going to reach in for someone like me who doesn't come from money. Hell, up until now, it feels impossible. He takes your hand. I get it. I didn't come from money either. The stakes were always high with no second chances. They were, but you have your money now. You made it. I still have to prove myself, and now that my time has come, I'm scared I won't cut it. My parents made so many sacrifices for me. You took a huge risk on a girl you didn't even know. I don't want to let everyone down. He takes you by the shoulders. I can't speak for your parents, but as far as I'm concerned, you've proven yourself 10 times over. This tour would have died months ago without you. I guess there's some truth to that. Some, it's the entire truth. No one else I trust more by my side. Your eyes meet his, and there's a pull so powerful, it's as if his gaze is searing right through you. You make me feel safe and secure. You rest your head on his chest. I can always find safe harbor with you. He wraps his strong arms around you and pulls you in tight. I won't let go until you tell me to. You look at him and he lays a tender kiss on your forehead. Thank you. You make it back to the stadium just in time. As the doors open, you smile at Jack, feeling as confident as ever, and take his hand. Ready or not, it's showtime. The show is well underway and just going as you planned. Jack is in the middle of his set list, ending bare on a literal high note. That's right, I won't give up. We love you, Jack. You begin to feel your pre-show nerves fade away when Jack rushes off stage. Wardrobe change, 3 minutes until the talent's back on stage. Jack starts to undress for his costume change, but when he pulls the zipper, it doesn't budge. My zipper's stuck. Lucky for you, the costume designer and I prepared for this. You touch your ear and speak in your earpiece. Estrella, for wardrobe, we have a 911. I need scissors and sewing. Jack takes your finger off the call button. There's no time for that. You're gonna have to rip these clothes off of me and fast. You hear No Rest for Teachers begin their set, and there's not much time left. Let's get some privacy. A show of Jack into a dressing room. Show me the zipper. Jack guides your hand to a zipper, but as your target glides down easy as pie, his jaw drops, feigning surprise. Oh, well, look at that. You fixed it. Jack, I'll get you for this. Pranking me in the middle of your concert, I should spend the next 2 minutes punishing you. Oh, well, if you insist, I'm ready to face the consequences of my actions. He let out a groan, irritated as hell. You know how important tonight is to me. You really had me worried. I didn't do this to worry you. It was to get you alone. His hands run down your sides, quickly warming your body and soothing any remnants of your temper. You're in the middle of a concert. There's time to be alone after. All night, every time I saw you backstage, you were pacing back and forth like a powder keg of stress. These shows are meant to be enjoyed, not just by fans, but all performers and everyone backstage, including you. With that, he presses his lips to yours, the warmth of his mouth overpowering your senses. Oh, Jack. Remember to enjoy these moments. When you put it like this, you pull at his shirt, rip it open, running your hands over his hard chest and shredded abs. He returns the favor, running his hands under your blouse and sliding it up your body. Hey, I'm not the one in need of a costume change. If I'm getting naked, it's only fair you do too. You have like a minute now. You shrug with a smirk and slide your blouse over your head. While you're at it, the least you can do is kiss me on my neck. His mouth clings to your neck, sucking tenderly at your bare skin. He tugs at your bottoms as you reach for his pants, purposely squeezing his firm bubble butt as you expose it. Standing nearly naked together, you take a moment to admire the perfection of each other's bodies. Lucky me. Not to ruin a moment, but I can't hear the bridge. We have less than a minute left. Then we better get you dressed. You help him into a fresh pair of jeans, teasing your fingertips over his crotch as you do up the zipper. Reluctantly, he shrugs on his top. There, you're stage ready. I'm only sorry we didn't have enough time for a complete performance. That's okay. You can finish what you started later. You can take care of me properly after the show. I'm sure the band can stall just a few more minutes. You shake your head and give him a push. Get out there. I have to get dressed. Gives you one final scan of your scantily clad physique, then exits with a wink. You emerge from the dressing room, ready to enjoy the rest of the show. And then you spot Gene, waiting in the wings. Just when I think I'm in the clear, he shows up. You charge over, ready to let him have it, when he holds a humble hand up. I come in peace for once. Mr. Deacon couldn't make it, so I've been selected to give you the good news. I don't associate you with good news. I'm not thrilled about it either. However, somehow you managed to do the impossible. You revitalized Jack's image with this tour. Gene produces a folded-up stack of papers from inside his pocket. IR is extending Jack's contract and offering you a full client slate. All you have to do is sign on the dotted line. What's the catch? There isn't one. Your current contract expires at midnight tonight. We'd like to renew as soon as possible. You mean we did it? I knew I'd prove you wrong. You did everything to trip me up and make me fail. How does it feel to eat your words? Gene's fist clench and his nostrils flare, but he manages to simmer his bubbling temper. Do you want to continue to gloat, or should we get this thing signed? Yes, of course. I would really read that before doing this, but okay. Gene hands you a pen as the clock strikes 12, just as you're about to put pen to paper. This doesn't feel right. Can I get the band to stand down a minute? I can't end the night this way. LA is special. It's been my home away from home for some time now, but I can't treat it like that. In fact, it took someone very special to make me see this place for what it is. She's been my rock, my savior, and most recently my muse. Angrily, Gene turns to face you. What's this about? I have no idea. Out on the stage, the audience chatters excitedly and Jack quiets them. She's brought a love of music back into my life, and it's because of her that I've never felt more at peace. And Jack lock eyes, releasing a flutter in your chest, and your mouth goes dry as he motions for you to join him on the stage. So, this next song is for her, and I'd like to sing it to her personally, if we can get her out here. What do you say, Estrella? Oh my god. No idea, huh? Before you can respond, Jack holds out a hand to you. The crowd starts chanting your name, their voices shaking the arena. Estrella! 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 I'm sure it's just a stunt. Gene? Screw you. Excuse me? Oh, you heard me. This is my moment, and I'm gonna take it. Not wasting another moment on Gene, you join Jack up on the stage, and the crowd goes wild. Is that her? I am so jealous. I would do anything to be her right now. You waved, everyone, feeling the rush of everyone's appreciation, and Jack wraps an arm around you. Jack, I can't believe... Just then, a crane mechanism lifts the platform you and Jack are on, and standing into the air, suspending you above the audience. We're flying? I can't help but want to show you off to everyone. You're that amazing. How did you even do this? I meticulously planned every detail of the show. I know. I had to jump through so many hoops to keep this under your nose. Thankfully, I could work with the mechanics ahead of time, and they finalized the build while I whisked you away to the roof earlier. Oh, so that's what this is all about. He shrugs. I couldn't risk you finding out. Are you mad? I'm thrilled. Being serenaded has always been a fantasy of mine. Oh yeah? What else happens in this fantasy? Well, for starters, the singer makes me feel safe and secure. I don't want to have to be crowd surfed my way to safety. He laughs and pulls you very close, and you wrap your arms around him. Don't worry. I don't ever plan to let you go. Neither do I. The band plays the opening chords of an upbeat ballad, and Jack stays focused on your eyes. One look at me, and she thought, here comes trouble. She knew I was a piece of work. But as time threw us together, I could feel the stone wall begin to break. The song is really about me. Nods and strokes your cheek with his thumb, setting your heartbeat racing. See, we might not work out on paper, but I want her and she wants me. Leans in with a whisper that's only meant for you. You do want me, don't you? Dummy. I do. But your answer gets caught on his mic and blasts through the entire arena, and the crowd murmurs excitedly. Is this real life? Is this really happening? I've been to every concert in LA Jack has ever done. This never happens. Oh my god, everyone just heard me, didn't they? Drop your face in your hands, embarrassed, but he plants a sweet kiss on your cheek. You're an important part of my life. I want my fans to hear from you. We may not agree on everything, but baby, you're... Jack brings the mic to your lips, encouraging you to contribute lyrics of your own. All I need. Perfect. I could die happy. The song hits an instrumental build and the crowd dances. Jack takes hold of your waist and thrusts his hip back and forth. Come a long way. You used to hate being in front of a crowd. You thrust your hips in unison, your thighs rubbing against each other. Now, I see what all the hype is about. Uh-oh, don't tell me you're coming from my job next. I don't think I can handle training a new manager. I was the one who did all the training. Jack nods as your chest rubs against his. Yeah, I suppose you did. As the song comes to an end, he takes to the mic, never breaking your gaze. She may say I'm still Treble, but at least she knows we're meant to be. The crowd erupts into roaring applause as you stare into Jack's eyes, heart racing, lost in the perfection of this moment. You take Jack's face in your hands with a gentle hold and smile. This should hold you over until there aren't 20,000 people watching. You bring his mouth to yours and kiss him softly, nibbling on the bottom lip as you crane lowers your back to the stage. Ah, it's kisses like these that make me want to get into Treble. The audience goes nuts, sorting over the display of affection, capturing it all on video. You and Jack wave to the audience as the lights dim, curtains close, and with the show over, you and Jack return backstage. Gene's gonna try and ruin this, isn't he? Where Jack finally sees Gene waiting a copy of the contract renewal in his hands. What is he doing here? Good news. Mr. Deacon's agreed to extend your contract and offer Estrella a full-time role. What's the catch? That's just it. There isn't one. We did it. But the beautiful new song you just performed gives me some ideas for Fur's new album. I'm sorry, did you say Fur? That song is mine. Gene, what's going on? You just said... And now I've changed my mind. Imagine a press tour with the two of you hitting every national talk show. You'll squash the conflicts of your past for the greater good. Hell, maybe you'll even get back together. Everyone loves a reunion. I'm in charge of Jack's management. The contract makes me Jack's manager, and it doesn't say a thing about Jack having to work with Ver. Deals evolve, so she and I bring my ideas to Mr. Deacon. That will never happen. Blame your manager after the roast. People loved chemistry between you and Ver. Your approval ratings are better now than ever. I'm also the one who helped clean up Jack's image. Without that, you'd have let Jack go. Ver would have to find someone else to steal songs from. Oh, I'm in the business of making money. The two of them together double our revenue. It's no no-brainer. If I have to spend another night on stage with that woman, I'll lose my mind. What about the fact that the entire LA audience just saw Jack sing that song to me? That's right. In a matter of minutes, my performance will be trending for everyone to see, guaranteed. There's no way he can pretend to be with Ver after that. Gene shakes his head unfazed. There's a million ways to get around that. You were a fling. There you had a hired actress playing a part. Half a new cycles later, you'll be forgotten. I can't believe you keep using Jack like this. He spent years under your abusive contract. His dues are more than paid. Let him do what he wants. Oh, Jack will always have plenty of freedom as long as he meets his obligations. You can give it a rest, Gene. I'm not giving up my song. Did you forget the contract you signed? Any and all materials written by the said artist during the duration of the contract are legal property of Infinity Records in perpetuity. Oh, don't worry. If I learned anything from you, it's to know my contract's inside and out. That's why I never wrote anything down. That's impossible. You performed it on stage. I heard you introduce it as your new single. And it was after midnight. And the contract wasn't signed. And that was actually Jack's, like, we had never sang it like that before, so actually, no, Jack's in the right. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at whoever wrote in that obvious loophole. Not to mention his current contract has already expired. So, as soon as I get pen to paper, I'll submit the licensing agreement to own the rights to the song myself. Sorry, Gene. You've been outplayed. How does it feel knowing the student has surpassed the teacher? I'd use the term teacher loosely. Gene holds the contract extension up to his face. You need this contract extension, Jack. Think this through. I don't need to think about this another minute. I'm over the drama, I'm over the lies, and I'm definitely over you. Jack turns to face you and takes your hand. All I care about is music and my girl. And how long will your girl care about you when you cost her her dream? Could have added a comma there. What are you talking about? Gene dangles the contract inches from your face. If Jack doesn't sign over the song, I'll make sure your relationship with Infinity Records is dead in the water. You'll never be a full-time manager with us or anyone else, so if I were you, I'd think carefully about this. Jack turns his back and takes a few steps away, his hand reaching back for yours. Come on, Estrella. We've got an after-party to get to. But your feet don't move. This is it, my one shot. Estrella, what are you doing? I swear to God, if they take away that choice from us, I'm going to be super pissed. But otherwise, first and foremost, thanks for watching. Please remember that if you did enjoy, to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description, plenty of things to check out there and ways to support. Be greatly appreciated. Other than that, this is what I have to say. Sorry about being late. I am human, right? And I've just been going through some things. Okay, just been going through some things. So, yeah, if you know, you know. If you don't, you know. So, with that being said, glad I could get this up for all of you. So, you know, here's the thing. And I'll go ahead and say this. You know, we've read now 17 chapters before this one, and like they were okay, right? And then I read this chapter, and it kind of gets me, right? My tone, voice, and whatnot kind of shifted and whatnot, especially with the song and everything that was going on. Well done on this particular chapter. And I have to say, if you were to take all the 17 chapters and compare it to this one, they might come out equal, blow for blow. But this chapter was actually really well done. The drama is concise. It made sense. You know, like everything else, the love scenes, like everything else was very, you know, good. It played its role. It played its purpose. Everything had a way to be connected or done or whatnot. And it was actually really well done. So congrats, Choices. Out of 18 chapters, you did one chapter right. This is, I mean, I know people go, well, why do you continue to play this, if you rip them a new one every time? Because, I remember Choices used to be in a really good place, and all of us would jump on the minute a new chapter or book was released. We would jump on it and read, talk about it, discuss it, the whole nine yards. I used to do podcasts for Choices, where thousands of you would tune in, and we would have discussions about this. And, here it is now, many, many years later, and it's like a lot of us just dredge through this. Like, a lot of you just farm the diamonds and do things like that, and a lot of you just have so disinterested in a lot of these books. You guys will find like books that are short, sweet, and simple, and you guys will just farm the diamonds from those. And so I get that. I'm not shaming on any of you. You get your diamonds the best way you can. For me, I'm forced to pay as a content creator who tries to give you guys content that, you know, I'm assuming you enjoy. I still have to pay the monthly VIP bullshit. I hate it. I don't like it. I wish I didn't have to. And honestly, if all of you stopped watching, I would stop doing it. That you guys are literally the only reason that I continue to cover this. There is the one spooky book that's coming up here soon that I have hope and some hope in that it will be halfway decent. Again, there are chapters and things like this moment. This chapter for me, it hit home with me. Let me know if you felt differently, right? But for me, it was a good chapter. I just wish they did more of this. Everything, some of the best movies in history, some of the best TV shows, some of the best anything, any media, they have to connect everything. You can't have something that's just discombobulated and doesn't match the scene that you're going for or anything. Any movie executive producer, anybody who's ever made some of the best things in the world will tell you it all has to be concise and make sense. You can't just throw shit in there and just be like, well, let's see if it sticks with the audience. Like, you have to plan it out. You have to guide the audience along in the entertainment process. That's the whole thing with this. So, aside from that, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.